what's up, everybody? It's your boy Cool Eagle back here, another video. Just want to come talk to you guys because I need y'all's opinion on which of these two iconic game franchises are the best out of the two. Ratchet and Clank, Jak and Daxter. I got into this conversation because of a group that I follow on Facebook, and we were talking about this, and a lot of people have valid opinions to like one over the other, personally, because they're both iconic game franchises. Ratchet and Clank, Jak and Daxter, like whoever you like is just who you like, and no one can say you're wrong for liking one of the other because they're just both so iconic and like structured so well from start to finish. You talk about Jak and Daxter starting in Sandover Village, having to save the world from Gull and Maya, the Dark Eco sages who wanted to use Dark Eco after being corrupted by it and just corrupt the entire world in the form of like bringing a new world, what have you. And then they go into Jak 2, accidentally going into the future where Dark Eco has its chaotic effect, and we hear Jak say his first two words, I'm gonna kill Praxis. Even though a lot of people do say that technically the first words Jak ever said was younger Jak at the end of Jak 2 after defeating the metalhead boss Core. And we see when he's leaving, the younger Jak says, thank you. So a lot of people are saying that those are his first words, but iconically people are going to remember Jak's I'm gonna kill Praxis line. That's something that you're going to remember, like just for that Jak franchise alone. And then he goes into Jak 3, where the chaotic effects of Dark Eco is still taking place. And then when Jak, towards the end of Jak 2, Samos had hinted that there's bigger challenges. And then after that, I guess the war just broke out with the KG robots and the metalheads taking over different parts of Haven City. Jak 3, we see the results of that, and we see how the city has blamed him for a lot of what happened because of his time with Crew and doing the various missions like blowing up the Mara statue, bringing Crew the key to the city, and and another artifact of Mara, the founder of Haven City at that time, and a lot of other missions that Jak did. We can just go into a rant about the missions and all that and how they tie up to each other and all that. But Jak 3, they really talk about like the effects of the war and blaming Jak for it. Jak is in Spargus where he meets his dad, King Damus, and all that good stuff, right? The Jak 4, we know the whole racing thing, Crew's daughter sets them up, blah blah blah. So the storyline of Jak is like more appealing to me because when you think about like what Jak had to go through to get to Jak 5 The Lost Frontier, and so many different things about that game, Jak's different abilities, different guns and the gun mods that came with him, and the fact he had the power to manipulate Dark Eco and Light Eco, like going into Jak 3, even though we really didn't see that in Jak X, and we didn't see much of it in Jak 5. But when you think about Jak and the gameplay of it, the storyline, I can see why people would say that. But for me personally, like when you talk about the best out of the two game franchises, for me it's Ratchet and Clank. And I'll tell you why. Because although the storyline of Jak and Daxter is amazing, gameplay is amazing, from the weapons mods, the character interactions, the powers of Jak being able to just manipulate Light and Dark Eco, and the missions, the storyline, all that good stuff is great and amazing. But I felt like Ratchet and Clank had a lot more action because once you beat like Jak 1, Jak 2, Jak 3, like it really doesn't feel as long as it could be because there are so many questions within Jak 1, 2, and 3, and those are conversations that we can have all day. This is just a 6-minute video, whatever. And again, like, subscribe on your way in. We got more content coming on the way, man, especially football season. Gotta talk about my Eagles, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time though, like Jak and Daxter didn't have as much action as I would have liked because it felt like Jak 1, you go to I felt like Jak 1 where he was in Sandover Village, obviously. I feel like that was a lot more lengthy than Jak 2 and 3, because Jak 2, you start in the palace and then like meet Torn, and then you start working with crew, and then that and all those missions, all that, and then different missions Jak has to go through. But you find yourself already fighting Baron Praxis within, I mean, what, the first 2 hours of the game, I feel like, depending on how fast you're able to accomplish the missions and all that. You're already fighting Baron Praxis. You don't deal with what a lot of, like, I felt like you could have did more with the Torn missions. I felt like there's a lot you could have, the missions that Ashlyn probably had, like her working within the Baron Praxis organization, and how she wanted to change the city in her own view. I felt like Jak could have worked with her on certain missions. It's like, I mean, pretty much more missions. Like with Ratchet and Clank, at least you're flying to different planets. There's a lot to do. Then you're going back to it, and then like there's so many missions in Ratchet and Clank, and then the arena challenges you could do. And I think Ratchet, Clank 2, 3, and 4, where you have the optional like arena challenges that really extended the game, and had a lot of other good stuff too. But when you think about like just the gameplay length for me is probably what's getting me, because I felt like I was beating Jak and Daxter a lot faster than I was Ratchet and Clank, which took quite a bit of time because you're flying to like what I think 10 to 15 planets, and then you got to go back to different planets and do like other missions as sub mission on a whole other planet. And then the boss battles to me are a lot better in Ratchet and Clank. I think a lot of people can agree with that, especially when you get to like the arena challenges. And then storyline is just as good. It's just, I feel like people would have a better time with Ratchet and Clank because there's more to do, and you feel like you're not beating it as fast when you're playing Jak and Daxter. But that's just my opinion. I feel like Ratchet and Clank is the better franchise. I mean, there's just so much more to do than you could do in Jak and Daxter, but both storylines are iconic. And again, like, you in the comments may like Jak and Daxter better, and you're not wrong for that. Because again, both of them are iconic franchises, but for me, there's just a lot more to do in Ratchet and Clank than in Jak and Daxter. Like, they really touch on a lot of different, side stories, main stories within Ratchet and Clank compared to Jak and Daxter, where, I don't know, it feels like it went by faster than I think it should. But again, I'm not a game developer, and I'm curious to hear what you guys think in the comments. Which is your favorite, and tell me why, man. Like, I'm really curious on your opinions as to why you think, Jak and Daxter is better, or why you think Ratchet and Clank is better. Like, because you're not wrong either or. This is just a discussion. And again, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Man, we got more content on the way. Tell me what you think. Cool, you go out.